Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 1 today is presentation of 2008-2009 annual report by Team Santa Rosa Economic Development Council Incorporated. And with us today are Cindy Anderson and Shannon Ogletree. Turn it over to them.
Actually, it's funny. I sat down this morning and the gentleman next to me said, "Are you going to read that whole thing?" And I said, "No. Actually, the way I would have preferred it to be worded, I guess, was we are going to present the books that had the annual report to you this morning. And Shannon's going to hand those out. And I just wanted to let everybody in the public know that we're putting it online. It should be online on our website by this afternoon. And so you can go there, you can view it, you can download it. And we have been making every effort to save trees. So these are the only ones that we hope that we will have to print out. So again, it should be there by late this afternoon. The only thing I wanted to note was it is a little different than what we've done in the past. In the past, we have been a little bit more focused on outcomes as far as economic indicators, the strengths and the weaknesses in our economy. And what we did this year was I took a little bit different direction to show you what we do at Team Santa Rosa. So this doesn't show as much about the ups and downs of the economy as much as it does about how we, a team, are trying to work to better our economic environment that allow us to bring new jobs in, retain the ones we've got, and grow some of the companies that we've got. So hopefully as you go through here, you know, I'm sure there's not going to be many people that read it from beginning to end, but you will be able to see the different sections that may tickle your fancy, and y'all can look through it, see some of the marketing materials we've done, and some of the list of different companies that we're working with, etc. So I hope y'all enjoy it. As always, if there are any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a shout, and we'll come over here any day and go over anything that y'all need. So with that, I am as brief as I can be. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Jerry Cooey, 6049 Arnie's Way. I guess maybe I'm a little confused here today. Thought we were going to have a presentation of the report card of Team Santa Rosa. As a taxpayer, I think we've kind of waited for that since 2004. There hasn't been a public presentation. And do we have any plans for doing this at a county commission meeting so the taxpayers can see the report? I mean, I understand we can go online, but I kind of thought maybe we would have a presentation. I mean, I look at the agenda and it says presentation. I didn't know that meant that we'd hand you a book and not talk about it this morning. So, I mean, I think it's in all fairness that the taxpayers should have an opportunity to see the presentation. So do we have a plan to do that at a county commission
At this
meeting?
point, we have the book. We'll take a look at it. We've got questions, comments, and submit those, and we'll come back and discuss it.
So there won't be a formal presentation?
There's no plan at this time, but that's not to say that we can't.
So, no plan. I'll have to tell you that I'm personally...
Well, did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I said we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would be personally...
Get your questions together, and we'll figure out time. We'll come back and...
Well, I think we owe it to the taxpayers, and we shouldn't have to beg for the report to be made public. That's my point. Thank you for your time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are standing in front of the building that I pay for, overlooking the Team Santa Rosa building that you and I all pay for. I am holding in my hand the Santa Rosa County Board of Commissioners agenda today, and it says presentation of the 08-09 annual report by Team Santa Rosa EDC. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I barely graduated high school, but one thing that I learned when it says presentation, I thought we were going to see what Team Santa Rosa does this morning. I thought we were going to see a report. As a matter of fact, I've waited since 2004 to see a report of where my millions of dollars are going to this morning. But you know what? What presentation means in their mind is that they bring the secret book that nobody has one of, and they hand it to the Board of County Commissioners. And then when I asked them, was there going to be a public presentation of this? Oh, we don't have any plans of today on doing that. Just ask them some questions. Well, I'll tell you what, Commissioner Gooden, I'll tell you what, Commissioner Cole, Commissioner Salter, hang on tight. There's going to be plenty of questions asked about it. The fact that you've been very secretive, the fact that you hide and protect that bunch of weasels over there. I look forward to your response. Thank you. Well,
little hot under the collar there.
Well, you know, Deborah,
This is Santa Rosa Week.
Santa Rosa Week, Jerry Cooey.
Deborah Nelson.
You know, I'm just at a loss. We've pushed millions of dollars towards Team Santa Rosa. There hasn't been a legitimate report, in my opinion, a legitimate public report made, potentially all the way back to 2005. The contract where it says they have to give a report.
Every year.
Every year. And, you know, and look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding right here in my hands. Here's the Santa Rosa County Board of Commissioners agenda. It says presentation of the 2008-2009 annual report by Team Santa Rosa EDC. Well, as you watched in the video, apparently my definition of presentation and Cindy Anderson's definition of presentation are completely different. And look, you know, I am so tired of all of this.
The report is posted on their website. There's a very long report, it's hundreds of pages, posted on their website. I think the issue here is that the members of the public did not get a chance to get up there and get any questions in.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. You know, look, ladies and gentlemen, I went forward. You saw me in the videotape. I went forward and said, well, don't we have some plans? You know, I've been waiting since 2004 for a public presentation of what goes on over there. And Gordon Gooden, here, let me help you, Gordon Gooden. I or none of the other taxpayers appreciated you looking at me and saying, we have no plans to give out that information. That is pretty pitiful, Commissioner.
Well, he said they had no plans to hold a public hearing I think that day. I mean, I guess we can always go to the team board meeting, which we will do, and ask questions.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you, you can and I can. But let me make it abundantly clear to Commissioner Gooden, Commissioner Salter, and Commissioner Cole. All of these numbers, because what the taxpayers want to see is what have we spent versus what have we accomplished. This information is going to be disseminated at a public meeting with the cameras rolling and the microphone turned on, with the executive director of Team Santa Rosa standing in the front of the room giving it, while anyone in the public decides to ask questions about it. Period, end of story. So you might as well go ahead and put it on the schedule, because it's going to happen.
Now, in the online version of the report, there is a job number in there.
Well, and let me say this. And ladies and gentlemen, you saw in the videotape 3-ring binders being handed that were removed from a top secret location. Hidden. Only a handful of people know where the GPS coordinates are to this. These were handed to the commissioners, the county administrator, and of course the nice lady who takes the notes for the meeting. What's interesting in all of that, it's, I don't know, 3 inches, 2.5 inches thick, and 3-ring binders, beautifully screen printed on the binders. I mean, for goodness sakes, we wouldn't want anybody to take a piece of standard paper and run it through a colored printer and put it inside a sleeve in a $1 3-ring binder. No, we had to go get them screen printed, but that's a whole issue for another day. In all of that, now I haven't looked at every page of it, but did look through it a little bit. This is what was presented to the commissioners. 2 of their biggest accomplishments was the hiring of Pete Gandy and to have more military affairs meetings. That's what was outlined.